I don't give a damn about dental records, Frank. It's not proof that the body in that boat was Annie Dutton.
You're wrong, Reva. It is proof. We just got back from forensics, and Annie's dental records match the body that we fished out of the lake.
So she switched the records.
That's impossible.
Oh, come on, Frank. It's some kind of trick.
Yeah, I mean, no one's seen Annie and all of a sudden she shows up dead. It's a little convenient, don't you think, Frank?
We have much more than dental records. We have email, we have letters. We also have the wedding ring that Josh gave Annie, which we recovered from the body.
A body that was burned beyond recognition when it blew up on that boat.
Reva, the evidence is overwhelming. Come on.
Well, of course it is, Frank, because that's the way Annie does things. She faked her death once before. What's to stop her from doing it again?
It is possible.
So what am I supposed to believe, Reva, huh? That this is an elaborate hoax, a setup? Come on, do you honestly believe that Annie's out there right now eating a happy meal, chuckling to herself how clever she is? Please.
Why the hell not? It's the way Annie does things. You know she's capable of this as well as anybody else.
What do you want me to say, Reva?
I want you to stop closing yourself off from the possibility that Annie's still out there.
Wait a minute, what did we miss? Is there something new with Annie? Something concrete I can tell my father?
Yeah, you can tell Alan that there's a good chance Annie's still alive.
Damn it, Reva. It's virtually impossible for Annie to be the one to set all this up.
Don't disregard what she's saying. No one knows Annie better, okay? No one.
So what are you saying? What, Annie found a body?
Somehow she got her hands on a body, yes. She dragged that body down to the docks. She set it up behind the wheel of that boat. And she knew that she could lure, she put the wedding ring on the body. She knew she could lure Alan down with a couple of urgent emails, and she did just that. She played Alan like a cheap fiddle.
I see. And how did this body drive itself onto the lake?
Annie started the motor, Frank.
And it just took off.
Isn't that what motorboats do? It zipped its way right out to the middle of that lake. Alan showed up, he yelled out to the boat, and Annie was there, somewhere, the whole time hiding, waiting.
Hiding where?
I don't know, Frank, on the docks, okay? But she must have had some kind of a detonator switch. And when Alan showed up, she pushed the button and the thing blew up, blowing little Raggedy Annie right out of the water.
And nobody saw this.
No, because she's too clever. Don't you see?
Yeah, I see you're obsessed.
Oh,
This whole thing sounds so crazy to me, you know?
I don't think it does at all. And I think that everything that Reva said could have happened.
You know, what is up with Frank anyway? He's only arrested Annie, what, 5 times? I mean, he knows perfectly well what she's capable of, as well as everybody else does, but yet it's Detective DeMarco who's setting up the DNA tests. And it's Detective DeMarco who's giving me the benefit of the doubt, and it's Detective DeMarco... Hello? Cassie?
What?
Well, you didn't hear a word I've said. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
It's not the baby, is it?
No, the baby's fine. It's the baby's father. I want to call Hart. I just want to pick up the phone and call him. It would just be so simple.
Yeah, until Dinah answered.
Okay, we're all set to get the appropriate hair and tissue samples from the morgue.
Oh, the sooner the better.
You know, the coroner's a little backed up right now, but he's working on things.
Well, can you give me a rough estimate?
Oh, I would say that...
Detective DeMarco?
Oh, Dr. Miller.
Yes.
I'm so glad you agreed to come. I used to follow your work closely when I was with Detroit PD.
I understand you have a suspect who might be a candidate.
Yes, I do, and I'd like to get to him as soon as possible if you don't have any objections.
None at all.
Great. Officer Randall, excuse me, can you go down to lockup and bring up Ken Norris, please? Thank you. Why don't you grab a cup of coffee and I'll join you in a minute?
Oh, thanks.
Great.
What about the DNA tests?
Oh, that's going to take some time.
Well, do you have any idea how long?
Listen, as soon as I hear anything, Reva, so will you. I promise, okay?
Look, the police have other cases. Let's go down and get some coffee and talk, okay? Come on.
I think it's decaf. Cassie,
Yeah.
I know that you never wanted Hart to find out that he was the father of this baby.
I know.
But it's okay if you've changed your mind. And if you want to fight for him, I will support you.
No. Dinah almost died. I was there. I was in the hospital. And I was also there when she signed away the rights to her baby's body to the mortuary, and it was horrible. It was horrible for her.
I imagine it was.
And it was so heartbreaking seeing how badly she wanted that baby, so she needs him, and he has to be there. And I know she's suffering, but
what?
But I can't help but think that he's suffering because I know he still loves me. I know he still loves me.
I'm sure you're right about that, but honey, he married Dinah.
Yes, but I can't stand the thought of him going through such a hard time.
Well, even if Dinah's flinging shoes at him, do you really want to put yourself in the middle of that situation?
No. No, I don't.
You made a very tough decision, hon. You did, but you believe that it was the right decision. And if you still believe that, then I think you should stick by it.
No matter how bad Hart's hurting.
I'm afraid if you make that phone call, you're the one that's going to get hurt. You sit right here. I gotta go find Terry. I'll be back. How can you say that to me?
Hello? Hello? Sorry, hello? Hello?
Who is it, Hart?
Cassie?